Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? And we've done it, we've made it to the end of yet another week, which means there are now only 26.5 weeks until Christmas. And I've just seen 4 people leave the channel. I'm sorry about that. I won't mention Christmas again until at another inappropriate moment. Anyway, let me remind you that tomorrow is Sunday, which means the Steam Weekly Chart Show will be up. Last week's show is whizzing across your screen at 1500 speed right now, and if you want to watch what's the latest, hottest, newest items on the workshop, well, tomorrow morning will be the time to do that. Running at normal speed, probably. Right, today's map is Ebensee by Tone Maps. Now, we did them back in 279 with Attersea. Do you remember Attersea? Very, very popular map, Attersea. Got 11 stars from me, so hopefully today's map will do better. There's your start square, right there, with the intersection entering on one side and also entering the adjoining, that's the word, there's your resources by the way, the adjoining square on the other side. What do we need off the workshop? Well, the answer is it's quite a vanilla map. We would indeed, hello, come on, scroll, damn you, thank you. Yes, we would recommend the 82 tile mod because that will make this map even bigger than any map you've ever seen before. Also, unlimited trees is a good idea. Network extensions too is recommended. And that's about it, really. Let's have a look at what the map is really like. Well, first of all, we enter the map via the chain-linked suspension bridges, which are very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Followed up by the, yes, the vanilla wishbone intersection to get you up into this little peninsula here. And, well, we've got some little bit of tree clipping there. And, of course, with the vanilla, they're a little bit steep. I'd like to see that just smoothed out a smidgen, but they, I don't know, we can tolerate it, I think. It's near the edge of the fog. We can ignore it if it's in the fog, yeah. Got a few trees hiding underneath the bridges, and we'll see a lot of those today. I think we'll have to just let trees growing underneath intersections be a thing. Just the thing for today, the thing that we just let it go, because really, does it matter? It doesn't. It's kind of like a fantasy map anyway. This one's been built specifically with the Park Life DLC in mind. And there are some nice interesting features like these new vanilla rock assets all over the place. Now we have got some on the left here, the weeds growing into the road. I don't mind this too much because they're quite light. These, however, these ones here, these are a little bit too tufty for my liking to be in there. Oh, get out of the way of the traffic. That was close. Oh, yeah, it clips in, clips out. But, yes, they're a bit hefty. If we cross the road carefully. Damn it. Okay. Yes, you can see if we get down to street level, they are just a bit too tufty. But the other ones were probably okay as being just a little bit of light foliage, like leaves that are being blown onto the line. Here is that start square. And that's pretty cool. That's where you're building into. It's all very flat and very nice and nothing to grumble about. Once again, we've got some quite steep ramps to navigate. I think if you're driving that in the car, you're okay, but you wouldn't want to take that with an articulated lorry, really, would you? Would you? No, you wouldn't. Good. Okay, we'll follow the road along, and then we reach very nice little suspension bridge. Nothing much to grumble about this at all. The slopes are pretty fine. In fact, on that side, yeah, not too bad at all. And then down here underneath the elevated rail bridge. No, sorry, it's not a rail bridge. It's a dirt track bridge. I take that back. I take it back, guys. Then we've got these. Now, the roads that run alongside here, I have had it explained to me in the past. I can't remember what they're called. They've got a technical name. Don't really see much of these in the UK, but there they are. And they are for more your local traffic that don't want to have to go onto the highway, of course. And then we got here. This is quite a busy interchange, to say the least, with traffic going in all directions. And once again, we've got quite steep roads here, especially for the local roads. That's almost a 1 in 3, I'd suggest. Just a bit too steep for my liking. If we head this way, you can see we reach the roundabout with that local road joining in the roundabout as well, and everything's very cool indeed. If we go this way, I think I'll show you this way just because fog and all that. Once again, trees underneath the and that chain links at elevated level all the way across the forest. Okay, and then this way we're back down to ground level. Yes, we've got a bit of road glitching there, but we're going to let it go today because frankly there are other things to worry about with this map. And then we head off to the fog. And so on with the rail. What can we say about the rail? Well, it stays elevated at the beginning, which stops us from being all uppy-downy, which is always something that happens. We see a lot of happening like that. A little bit of tree encroachment onto the rail, but not too bad. We can let that one go. And then we'll follow this round here, and now it stays elevated. Now, I've got to say something about this. I actually quite like it on this map. It's been made for park life, and this elevated rail means you get a really nice view while riding the train above all the canopy of all the trees. And that's going to be really attractive, I would imagine. So yeah, I'm going to give this as a little nod in Tone Map's direction for... I wouldn't normally want it elevated all the way across the map, but do you know what? I think yes, on this occasion. Now if we go back the other way, we've got this junction here which doesn't allow us to take a smooth transition across. You'd have to reverse back up the track if you wanted to go that way. This line, however, has some problems, like this tree that's encroaching onto the line, and he's not the only one. I've got a feeling this track was put in last. Another one here, and there'll be another one along in a minute. Here he is. This is the worst of them. That poor. That's not the worst of it altogether, though. Another one creeping on there. This line has one little problem, which we'll see right at the very end. Oh, okay. Ground level. There's a rarity on this map. Ground level, which is going to take us underneath the road, and then across this way and that way, swish and swashing. We'll get towards the fog in a moment, and you'll see when we enter the fog, just for a split second before we cut to the asset review, that this line doesn't actually connect with the outside world. A little bit of an up ramp there, not the steepest thing in the world, we can let it go. Nice bridge across here, could be a bit higher, which we'll see, and then we'll see the dead end. There it is. So off to Assetville for today's asset review, and it's H3 6x8 Office Arcforge Industries by Teldariel. Now this is smart. This is using that new adaptive shader mod that's available for creators. If you want this this particular asset or anything that uses the mod, you actually have to subscribe to the mod as well. You don't need to know how to use it, you just need to have it and have it active. But once you've got it active and running, then you'll have all these wonderful new textures, submesh textures and stuff like that I don't understand, but I'm pretending to sound intelligent saying submesh and textures in the same sentence. Yes, it's a beautiful building. Yes, it's a very nice thing, and I don't know what's going to be coming next, because if this is what we're getting right at the launch of this mod, then crikey knows what's coming next. H3 6x8 Office Arcforge Industries by Teldari, today's asset of the day. And off to Themington Island for one last look at the Europa theme by Julia Iris 289 with the definitive vision LUT. Yes, this is a theme which is based on the Europa, which is obviously one of the moons around Jupiter. Anyway, let's have a look at a couple of quick factoids today. The dangers of microwaves were discovered when radar technicians began to develop cataracts. Also, when I left a fork in there one particular day and set fire to the house. I made that bit up, by the way. Okay, one more. A pair of glasses fitted with rear view mirrors has been patented in the United States. With rear view mirrors. Well, if you're having trouble seeing forwards out of your glasses, what chance have you got of seeing out of the... I don't know. It's an interesting thing, an interesting concept, but I can't see it taking off. A little bit like the Google Glass. Eh? Anybody here have a Google Glass? Hey Google. Anyway, bridge there, a little bit low, just a smidgy bit low. Shipping routes, Ebensee tow mapped. This is shipping routes. Shipping routes is what we're looking at. This one splits and goes around the bay and joins back up with itself over where we left it. And this goes off to the fog over here. We've got another shipping route over here. We've got 3 separate shipping routes, by the way. This one comes in right along the edge of the map and then cuts through. This is a bit dated. I've not had a look to see if this works. I've got a suspicion it doesn't. Well, I mean, obviously the shipping route works. It'll just clip through the bridge like it wasn't there, but will it clip through like it's supposed to? And the answer is I doubt it. I can't prove it because I'm not looking at it in detail. I don't care. I really don't care. And then there's this one. This one loops up here. Does a little U-turn at the top and loops back out, except for it doesn't loop back out because we'd already used up our 4 shipping connections, so it stops just short. And yeah, that bridge proven a little bit too low. Dearie, dearie, dear. Bad news. Bad boy. Bad tow mapped. Okay, water flow. We have water flow down the main river. The main river is strong in the force. This is the River Jedi. Very cool. Then, if we have a look at some other locations for water flow, how about arrows down here? Yeah, some light arrows down there. There's a where are we? Where are we? Oh, we're up here, right? If we go into this lake up here, if you have a look here, there's some very light water flow there as well. So you're going to be okay. As long as there's some movement, you're okay. And some really strong movement at the top end of the lake too. And if it pushes out into, let's pick somewhere else. Just how about this bay down here? In this bay here, there is nothing. Zip. Oh no, there's a little bit there. There are a few arrows there as well. Basically, just be careful with your water. Now let's have a look at the waterfalls. Do they make you go ooh? And I think the answer is no. I don't think they're pretty at all. It is a vanilla theme, and I don't think the theme does this map any justice whatsoever. I'm pretty sure if we switch this to, oh, this is a drain in this little pool here. I don't know why we're bothering with a drain. We've got a very nice river going down to the bay down there. We could have thrown all the water down that one track anyway. And oh, we've got some very nice usage. Oh, there's a little problem also down here. These new assets here have vanilla trees attached to them. And when you put them close to water, you can't do anything about it. You just get drowned trees. Deary, deary, dear. It's a shame. It's a shame. So much is good about this map, and then there's so many. I mean, sloppy bits. I mean, here. This is cool. Natural disasters. Anybody? Meteorite crater. Yeah, that's what that looks like to me. Except for you obviously don't need natural disasters to subscribe to this. We'll have a look at the fields in a minute. Let's come down and have a look over this way down here. Yes, this is all set up for park life, and there are some very nice scenic areas. This is interesting. I quite like the dried basin there. We've got some water glitching just on the outside of it, and once again that just draws away from the spectacle for me. A few more drowned trees there as well, you may have noticed. It's a shame. Oh, we've got a cave. That's it, a cave there as well. Be interesting to see if they actually do fill up with water. I'm sure they do. In fact, I know they will. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a look at the fields. We've been bypassing this colourful part of the map for too long. This is definitely a map, say, set up for park life, and you can zone out different areas. I think it'd be quite cool, quite a colourful map to build on this one. So anyway, have a look at that. There's one last area I really want to look at. Oh, not this ridge, but this ridge is worth an eyeball as well. Pretty nice. Now there's somewhere down here looks a little bit like, yeah, a little bit like a quarry, except for I'm not sure it is a quarry. I mean, it looks like it's been dug out to be a quarry here with the zigzag of the road. But down here, if you have a look, we've got this tall rock sticking up. It's like they've dug around it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let's have a look at these ferns. Now, they've got some ferns around the outside here, except for they're not ferns. These are the top of palm trees that have been caught underneath these rocks. And while they look, I'm going to let them go because they do look like ferns. I got a little bit glitching there with them, but I can kind of let them go as ferns. Except if we come back and have a look, we've got a cave. Right, if we peek into the cave, if we get down to a position, yeah, there you go. We've got the palm trees. You can see the palm trees in the cave, which is obviously not at all realistic. And while you could say it's the cave of the mysterious palm trees, I don't buy into it, I'm afraid. Okay, let's rate this thing up. Aesthetically, do you know what? I think it's got enough about it for me to say, yes, I think I can give this a 4th star. It's not a strong 4-star map, but I think it deserves a 4th star nonetheless, so 4 for aesthetics. Detailing, too many little problems. There's some very nice bits about it. There's nothing horrendously bad, so it's not going to get knocked down to 2 stars. I think it's just got to sit in the middle at 3. And at gameplay potential, yeah, playable, and yes, I think it fits in with the park life idea. I think Tone Map's achieved what he needs to do here, and I'm going to give Tone Map 4 stars for Ebensee for gameplay. 4, 3 and 4, exactly what I gave for Attersea back in episode 279, but do go and check that out. It's a really popular map. Ebensee by Tone Map, and that was today's map of the day. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tonight for Far Lone Sails, where we conclude our journey across post-apocalyptic steampunk land. And then join me tomorrow for, of course, the Steam chart show. And I'm hopefully going to have time to get a special tutorial out for you, just for you guys. Don't tell anybody, don't share it, just keep it for yourself. Hey, have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.